esteemed panelists, esteemed speakers, moderator Dr. Sudhir Shah, speaker Dr. Bharat Patel, and Mr. Krunal Shah. So this is our third edition of Life is Larger Than Medicine, our initiative conceptualized by Dr. Sudhir Shah, and we are in the third edition. And this is the monthly edition program which we do it on every fourth Sunday. The last fourth Sunday being Dashera, we thought of doing in the first Sunday of the November. So this webinar is on lateral thinking and financial well-being, focus on physician. So we have Dr. Bharat J. Patel, who will be discussing on out-of-box thinking, lateral movement in life, and Dr. Krunal Shah would be discussing on financial well-being for the physician. We have our, very esteemed moderator, Dr. Sudhir V. Shah. He's a multifaceted personality. He is a great teacher, author, musician, and a researcher, and he has a lot of facets befitting the societies. He is a professor and HOD of Srimati NHL Medical College and Hospital, Ahmedabad. He is director of neuroscience at Sterling Groups of Hospital, a consultant neurologist to His Excellency Governor of Gujarat, a past executive committee member at Indian Academy of Neurology, and advisor World Yoga Foundation. He has authored 6 books in neurology and published various papers in national and international journals. He has been conferred with the most prestigious Padma Shri Award in April 2016 and prestigious BC Roy National Award in 2018. He was also awarded fellowship in Indian Academy of Neurology 2018, recipient of UNO Award Global Visionary Award, and Excellence in Medicine, Excellent Teacher of Medicine by Gujarat IMA. And he has been, interviewed by BBC, Discovery, CNBC for his famous work on, prolonged fasting, and that has been, most acclaimed research part in the past century. So I request Dr. Sudhir sir to take over the proceedings and invite our esteemed speakers and take the proceeding further. Over to Sudhir sir.
Thank you, Chindan Bhai, for those kind words, and I really want to thank you and your team at Torrent Pharmaceuticals for hosting this series of webinars which are of a different kind. You know, all doctors across India are now completely saturated with multiple medical webinars. And some of them, they take at least 1, 2, or 3 per day. And a lot of new syndromes and genetics and newer drugs on horizon. We have learned enough and again and again. So we are all saturated. Now, I thought, along with Chintan, we sat down and we thought that what doctors need in life actually is the health, happiness, fitness, vibrancy, lateral thinking, ethics, morality, meditation, spirituality. So why not we start, these kind of webinars which are all missing classically, not only from the text, from these teachings, but also we saw that they are missed out in the webinar. So this is the initiative done from that particular angle. And in that series, this is the third of the webinars. And today we have uh, 2 important eminent personalities. One is my personal friend, Dr. Bharat Bhai Patel from Ahmedabad, who is one of the senior most orthopedic surgeon, practicing surgeon, and is a multifaceted personality with a vibrant approach of life. He is a senior joint replacement surgeon, owner of Samved Orthopedic Hospital himself, and basically a man of crafts, arts, management, and also say farming and whatnot. So multiple things he has been doing. Every time when I sit with him for whatever, I get charged. That is the kind of personality he is. He is the president of Gujarat Progressive Dairy Farmer Association. He is an organizing chairman and president of Agri Asia, the largest exhibition that occur every year for agriculture. He is the chairman and managing director of Bharat Biogas Energy Limited. So looks like Bharat is a pun. Bharat or Bharat, I'm a little confused. Maybe his name Bharat. So that's how it is. Bharat Biogas Energy Limited. His area of interest is a pioneer for organic mission India. He wants the whole country to be cancer free by driving this important mission, and our motherland to be more fertile by using organic manure. He's a promoter of organic farming, and he has a very, very huge farm. I can't tell you the number of yards and vigas. Okay. Uh, he's a man of management also. He is associated with multiple organizations, including Ahmedabad Management Association and so many others. Therefore, is a recipient of prestigious Gujarat Gaurav Award at the hands of CM and Governor Shri Kohli Sahib. He is the most promising doctor of India as per Economic Times. New Delhi he introduced to Asia a very modernized form of pre-robotic surgery, image-guided surgery for the Vector Vision Brain Lab, Germany. I am aware that in multiple occasions he has been called to different countries, European and American, to give talks on various medical and non-medical subjects. Indeed a visionary. He's the first Asian orthopedic image-guided surgery hands on workshop he has done in Singapore. So I think if I go on narrating his accolades, it would actually amount to the whole talk. But this is the gist, and more than anything, this man has a vision and a kind of lateral thinking. Apart from being the best orthopedic surgeon with a very good craftsmanship, he has always thought on the, what we classically tell a lateral movement of life or out of box thinking, and therefore all these different things he has cushioned. More than that, he has been a very financial wizard also. So we take his advice and multiple counts. Also, I would introduce at the same time the second speaker, that is none other than Krunal Shah, who is actually a finance guy, MBA guy. He will be speaking on financial well-being. His current affiliation, he is the owner at My Owner FinVision. Is affiliated with all mutual funds, insurance companies, and postal schemes, etc. So he is a man of investment and finance. Actually, WHO has been talking about what we call as health in a very broader perspective. But WHO definition does not take account of financial health. And I think it is time has come that we should now incorporate in our holistic health definition physical health, mental health, social and economical health also. So that is how today's topic is going to be very important. His areas of interest of this gentleman is retirement planning. So I think it is going to be most relevant for me. Tax estate planning and analysis. His major achievements, he has been managing 100 crore of assets in a short span of life. He has been helping more than 150 families for achieving their financial goals through wealth creation. He was managing entire Gujarat for Canara Robeco Mutual Fund. He's managed relationship of portfolios worth 5,000 crores. He received various awards and recognitions, and he's been invited to many seminars for imparting expert knowledge to investors in various parts of Gujarat for investment planning. So today he's going to give us free of charge investment guidelines and suggestions in the stipulated time. Actually, I am not a man of finance, unfortunately, and I believe in investing in relationships. But I think this part, financial investment, is equally important. We should know that, and both these doyens would give us enough tips, and at the end we'll have a question answer session. All right, so my friend Dr. Bharat Bhai would start the talk. Welcome.
Thank you, Sudhir bhai. Thank you for kind words, and I would prove to my level that it helps the uh, global economy, globe, and India. I'll start a few of the things which is very few doctors have thought about. And first of our, rather, not my mission, is the Organic Mission India. And I'll introduce what is this mission. Everybody has felt in this Corona world that the uh, lemon and ginger, they are much more important than anything else. Now, this organic word, I mean, it will help the country at a large. I'll define certain diseases which is been by the pesticides, insecticides, chemical fertilizer, and fungicides. And those are very important thing for the India to look for is the cancer, and not only cancer, but it is childhood cancer. So it's very important. From I can understand that a lot of doctors think about that the cancer is a disease which will start at the age of 65 or 70, so old age disease. Now today it is not true. It is now childhood cancer which is worrying to the medical world. Second most important thing we have seen now, early numerical memory loss, Parkinsonism, tremors, hair loss, skin cancer, cataract, all the other issues with the coronary heart disease, blood pressure, diabetes. We were thinking that this is a lifestyle disease. My friends, this is not the lifestyle disease. This has been created by us. So delete the word from your life that this is lifestyle disease. This is not lifestyle disease, but this is the habit which we have created for the farming, for the milking, for the cattle feeding. See, what you use at your home, there's a triangle and the symbol is poison. And still all doctors and all the community people, they are using those pesticides and fertilizers. So this is what I mean. The organic is all the chemical fertilizer, all the pesticides, all the insecticides, and all the fungicides you have to set aside. And then you have to switch over to the organic fertilizer, solid, liquid, organic pesticide, organic fungicide. And this will change the life of a lot of people. Now I'll start the organic mission with few of the words which you may not be aware of. In Punjab, before 5 years, I went there, and there's a train which is known as cancer train going to Bikaner. A train which is defined as a cancer train, only cancer patients, and going from Punjab to Bikaner. Just see that what has happened in last 20 years. Remember the old days of the Lal Bahadur Shastri, Green Revolution. Good. That we became self-sufficient on food grain, wheat, rice, the grams, and the other food grains. But what has happened? That because of the Green Revolution, most of the farmers, they started producing the food grain and a lot of other things in quantum. They forgot the quality. They forgot that what will happen to the soil. They forgot that what will happen to the water, where the seepage of all these pesticides and fertilizer will go to the water. They forgot that what will happen to the cattle. My friends, that's the reason I started a mission, and I would request all of you to join in my mission, that is Organic Mission India and Organic Mission Globe. So take today the oath that you will never use any fertilizer, any pesticide, any fungicide at your residence, which has a symbol, which is red, written poison, which is yellow, still poison, then the other symbol will come, which is green, and the last least damaging symbol is blue. So I'm teaching a lot of people that what are these symbols? This is not just symbols. You have to learn from this that they are advising you that red is a red light, don't use it. And still we are using it. So my friends, now what has happened? That 360 damage to the world. What is 360 damage? You are spoiling the environment, air, which you breathe. All problems. What you drink is water, is polluted. What you drink, milk, is polluted because the cattle, they eat the same grass or same food where you are giving the poison to the all the food of the cattle. Now coming to the vegetables. Sudhir bhai, I challenge you, I'll take once to visit a place in Junagadh. I had visited that place before 6 years, and the whole town is having skin cancer. I am talking Gujarat. I am not talking anything else. The Gujarat near Junagadh, there is a village, they produce bangan. And the 100% population is having the skin cancer and no hair. No hair. I started with the government that please stop all these people to use the poison which is pesticide for the bangan. And those bangans were supplied all over Gujarat. This is one example. I challenged international faculty, international people, POW, that if you go like this, then 2030, mind well, my friends, I warn you that 2030, the budget of India and GDP to the tune of 20% will go to the cancer patient. Just imagine, Sudhir bhai, that before 12 years, there was only one hospital in Ahmedabad city, cancer hospital. Am I wrong? Only one hospital. Today, there are 13 cancer hospitals. Can you imagine that a lot of people started creating these special cancer hospitals? Why? Why? What for? There's a queue of 8 to 9 months to get the surgery done. I still remember that before 12 years, Samved started only one PET scan. PET scan before 12 years. And there was a difficulty that to find 2-3 patients or 4 patients per day when the drug was coming from Bombay, it was difficult to catch the train. Today in Ahmedabad, I would say 10 PET scan centers and further 15 PET scan centers, they are coming up at a queue. So mind well, my friends, my request to all of you listening to me is not simply a talk by me, but Krunal, it will damage the economy of the world and the country like India. I mean, I've gone in the depth of this study of the economy for the cancer patients, and it ruins the family, and it requires a huge money to treat the patient of a cancer in the form of surgery and chemotherapy. And message to the doctors. That's and keep a board. Sudhir Bhai is going to start and going to keep the board outside the consulting room that these are the diseases because of the chemical fertilizer and pesticides. Numerical memory loss. Just see memory loss. Like this, the skin specialist, cosmetic surgeons, cosmetic people, coronary people, heart people, diabetic doctors, blood pressure, all these issues are being created by this chemical fertilizer and pesticides. Now next, what is to be done by you people? A combo Patel theory. This is my theory, combo theory. That doctor is passing a message to the community and society. That what is the message? That doctor is going to produce the input which is organic and produce which is organic. Sudhir bhai, just imagine that you propagate an idea that this particular potato is without pesticide. Then the followers are in millions, billions. It will change the whole world. So a very important thing I'm passing to the doctors today, that if you pass on a message to your patients and the community, that organic is the way of life. And we are the people that we would suggest that this is the best quality and please try it. It is not going to harm. Again, it may not be certified, but I am sure those days are very near, and coming years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, the whole world is going towards the organic input and the organic produce. I'll tell you, today in the morning, I got the message from around 60 people that, doctor, where we can get this organic chili? Difficult to get it. I can collect the old memories of mine before 5 years that Ode is a place near Amul, Anand, where highest producer of the chili. I used to visit in summer the Ode, my farm, and a lot of friends used to put the chili in my car. Friends, I'll tell you, reaching to my place in Ahmedabad, when I used to open the dicky, the only smell I used to get was from the pesticides, nothing else. Those days I was thinking that this is the poison. I talked openly in Agri Asia, Mahatma Mandir, that Gujarat is going to be the second Punjab within 10 years. If you are not aware and really not propagating the idea of the Organic Mission India in Gujarat. This is my main motto that I started talking about the Organic Mission Gujarat. Every year I talked on a large scale to the gathering of 3 lakhs farmers every year. This year it was difficult because of Corona, and we started talking on webinars. So a first message from me as a human being, Dr. Next, is that start talking today that we will not use the chemical fertilizer, pesticides, fungicides, and the treatment of mites in the house. So everybody must agree and put me a message that this is the message, doctor, we got today, and will not use the pesticides in our house. I'll be happy. Maybe 500 people, maybe 600, but then 600 doctor will pass on a message to 6 million people. Now coming to the economy of this organic mission to the doctors. I've learned one thing in my life, that only one thing which cannot be produced is land. So will we agreed? Can it be delivered, manufactured by anybody? Any doctor, any gynecologist? No.
No.
So now coming to the next point of economy, which I would at least pass on this message to all the doctors, is land is the thing which is not going to be manufactured by anybody else on the earth. Every day it will be in shortfall. Every day, every year. And my simple formula that if you have purchased the land today, it will be 100 times after 25 years. A simple example I can give you. Aswavilla land, I am staying where in 2007 was 4,200 rupees. Today everybody knows that this prime location land, what is costing. You calculate that wherever you are staying, what was the cost before 10 years? And what is the cost today? So first commercial economical benefit of a land is, farming land is, it cannot be manufactured by anybody else on the earth. The most important benefit that you get a lot of appreciation in farming land. The second, Krunal, I would quote your name. The reason being, it is the only property which cannot be attached by any government on the earth. Farming land cannot be attached by anybody else. And take the example of ICICI Bank. 4 lakh hectare of the land is been in possession of ICICI Bank. They cannot do anything to the farmers. I'm not telling that it is going to happen to anybody. But the second very important point, which I am highlighting this in the economy, that cannot be attached. Third very important point, that you are farming. You have purchased a farming land. It is going to be appreciated, okay. But if you do a professional farming with the help of agronomist, team of agronomists, and think about today that we are not going to use the pesticides. We are going to use the organic fertilizer and organic pesticides. So the produce will be organic, may not be certified, but you are sure that the produce which is organic will fetch, I would say, 2 to 3 times money than the normal non-organic produce. And most of the people, just imagine that they are searching for organic cabbage, organic cauliflower. What cabbage you are eating is simply you are drinking the poison. What cauliflower you are eating is poison. So what I would say, that switch over to your economy for the investment of the farming land, which is very important. Fourth very important benefit you get, fourth very important benefit is the conversion of your farming land into NA land and going for the industry, going for the school. Now there's a law being implemented by the government that any farming land can be converted into teaching institute. any teaching institute. You can convert it into the industry. Law has come where a non-farmer can purchase the land for this purpose. And gradually, I am hopeful that a law will come that anybody can purchase the farming land if he is not a farmer. This is very important. So, the last very important thing, Sudhir bhai, which is a headache for you, for me, is the income tax. There is no tax. My friends, if you are earning 1 crore rupee, 1 crore rupee you can deposit in the bank. What benefit you want, my friends? A lateral thinking, out of the box thinking, no tax. Just imagine that you are earning 3 crores of rupees in HUF, which is the farming income, and no tax holiday for lifetime. And I bet, unless the voting is there, no government is going to amend a law of the income tax. So I have given the best solution. On 1 crore rupee, farming income, no income tax. Can you imagine that all hurdles of your life gone? A doctor can become one of the richest capitalists. A lot of people are asking, hey, doc, how you can have a check of 3 crores, 4 crores, just like that? It's very simple. That a farming income is a tax-free income. My friends, I think I am passing a message which may harm a lot of tax consultants, including Kunal. But this is a very important message that Sudhir bhai, a tax-free income of 2 crores for 10 years. Just imagine your retirement. I cannot dream any better retirement of a tax-free income at the age of 60. So this is what my lateral movement of the life, the lateral thinking. And coming to the next point now, suppose you are doing a business of the input, that is the organic fertilizer and the organic pesticide. My company, named as Bharat Biogas Energy Limited, is the largest manufacturer of the organic fertilizer now in the country today. Now, a very important irony of life, that I've changed my vision before 10 years. That all the time I was thinking that I have paid in 20 years 20 crores rupees tax from medical profession. I was thinking that okay, from my money country is going to be developed. Okay, fine, thinking. But then I started thinking that I have to think about a lot of other things also. So this particular company has a tax holiday of 7 years. A lot of people started asking me that, doctor, what are you doing? I am doing right things for the country, right things for the globe, right things for the medical profession, and a very good thing for me and my family, which is tax, no tax for 7 years, 60 JJA. So, my friends, you start thinking about the organic mission where you can fall into your brand of the vegetable. One more addition we are going to do is giant potato. Sudhir bhai, can you imagine giant potato? Hydroponics now, the trials are ready, the potato is ready. The only thing that the cost is there. So we are now trying to reduce the cost of the giant potato.
How do you make it? Please explain.
It is the big equipment which is known as hydrophonic. The hanging equipment of the fabrication and the irrigation system which has been created in air and water. No soil. It is in the room. So just imagine that dream that few lakhs metric ton of the giant potato is being manufactured by somebody's company. What will happen? Lutfat. In very simple logic, you can grow in 4 vertical lines. Same, all other things. That everything is available without pesticide, which is very important. Now coming to the point, why a lot of people think about A2 milk. I started A2 milk before 3 years. Nobody dreamed about it that a doctor can start A2 milk from Gir cow. So now a phase has come that a lot of people think about organic A2 milk, that a milk has no pesticide, no residue, no urea, no hormone, no growth hormone, nothing is there. And those are the milk people are searching for their children. Mind well, friends. The lot of things, as for example, Sudhir, the puberty coming early was a major threat because of the chemical fertilizer. Any doctor has thought of it? I'll make you to think about, and this is what is the lateral thinking in my life. That please, doctor, think. Puberty, which is early, what is the reason? Early cataract, what is the reason? Is pesticides, spray, hair loss. So doctors, think something laterally out of the box. Do not quote only that this is lifestyle disease. Mind well, my friends, this has been created by us, not lifestyle. Now think about the issues I was thinking since last 6-8 years. The cow problem in the country, slaughtering of the cow. What will happen if the cow is non-milking? It will go to slaughterhouse. Again, a problem with the Hindu. That a cow going to the slaughterhouse. I started thinking that how can it be prevented? A big issue to me, I started thinking about it. Then I used to purchase a lot of cows without milk. And I started the propaganda that you give me the dung only, not the cow. I will maintain the cow just to prevent it from going to the slaughterhouse. Lateral thinking, out of the box thinking. Logic. And what I've done, I could collect every year 40,000 metric ton of the cow dung from non-milking cows going to the slaughterhouse. They started thinking that let us save the cow, and the dung, which is not giving them the value, money, I started paying them the money for the dung. So a simple issue, but it was a big issue for the country. Partly I have solved it. And in Uttar Pradesh, our beloved Prime Minister has created 450 shelters for non-milking cow. They captured my vision that this is the dog who has taught us how to prevent these cows going to the slaughterhouse, I started manufacturing the organic fertilizer from the cow dung, which is gold, a value addition. Again, the out of the box thinking. Cow going to the slaughterhouse, I collected the cow dung, I started a factory which is Bharat Biogas Energy Limited, and I have manufactured 35 different varieties of the organic fertilizer from the cow dung, which was a waste. So my vision at 360-degree, I started thinking that it will prevent again the cancer, it will prevent again the soil problems, the water problem, the milk problem, the human health problem, and the economy, which is very important for the country, is 5 lakhs crore rupee import of the chemical fertilizer will be saved. A single point vision, slaughterhouse, cow dung, just think about it. Now more to it. Before 3 days we have declared, along with the Amul, that the semen which will be given to the milk farmer will be selective. 98% it will have the female calf. Can you imagine this? A selection in the semen, and a calf will be female calf. Sudhir bhai, I am helping the Jainism. I am helping lot of Jain sadhus in the form that the work which is being done by us to prevent the cows from sending it to the slaughterhouse, I think partly I am sure that 2026 I'll solve it. With this, I am being selected by Prime Minister as a Chief Principal Project Consultant by PM House. And I started a project which is known as Umret Model Project BBEL, my company, at Varanasi. Like this in India, along with the central government, I am planning to start around 700 to 800 projects in 3 years. With the blessings from you people, and I think with the blessings from my beloved friend Sudhir bhai, this will make some miracles in the life of the people, for the Indian economy, Indian health, and a lot of other things. Very importantly, this revolution, I have named it as a black revolution. The cow dung is black, black revolution by Dr. Patel. And I could recollect the old days of mine, school days, that the white revolution was by Kurian. So let me think about the revolution, which is black revolution, and this black revolution by me, Dr. Patel, and that will change the whole scenario of the country. The last few things I would like to talk about to my friends is that fall in farming. And most importantly, that you will help the country. Indirectly, you will help the country. So I think, my friends, the time part, Sudhir bhai, will not permit me to speak more about a lot of visions of mine. But I would say if I get the opportunity anytime, I may speak again and again for a lot of other topics which I love. So I end my a small loving talk for the country, loving talk to you people, and our beloved Prime Minister. He likes me because one of very famous talk of mine was the how to double the income of a farmer. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening me. And I would like to answer a lot of questions by the friends and guide to the friends. Thank you very much, Torrent. Thank you very much, Sudhir Bhai, all my friends, all the listeners. I would love you all. Pass on my vision of the Organic Mission India. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. It was a great eye opener, and I am sure most of us would not have heard all these things ever in their lifetime, because we as doctors are tuned to a narrow tubular vision. And what is most impressive of all is this is the real patriotism, this is the real religion, this is the real humanity, this is the real service to health. This is the global service to mankind, preventing all different disease, cancer to Parkinson, all that, and particularly saving the children from the ill effects of all this disease. So I think what could be more pious than this particular project? I'm really impressed. Particularly, I'm so thankful for giving your time, and we'll have questions at the end. And I wish to hear you again and again on these and similar topics, and you may guide us more on such issues. So, apart from the finance, he has given the overall life management that is very important. And as a neurologist, I may add that we have come across several papers in last 2 decades that right from Parkinsonism to Alzheimer dementia, from cancer to a lot of other neuropathies and all, are all related to pollution of the land, fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, and all that. And there are lots of scientific paper. So what you say is also backed by science. So science, religion, politics, economics, global thing, health, humanity, patriotism, all together in one project. And salute to Dr. Bharat Bhai. And now I think we move on to our next speaker, Kunal Shah. Kunal, kindly take over for your much awaited talk on financial planning, particularly retirement planning, etc., etc. Bharat Bhai, you stay back. We will have question answer at the end. Hope you don't mind. Is that okay?
Oh, waiting, waiting. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I just wanted to check how I can insert my presentation.
Yeah, it is on the share screen.
I mean,
Chintan bhai, is it? It is not coming from share screen.
Share screen, once you open, you will get all the windows where the presentation is in the backdrop. You can double click and get that.
Right.
Yeah, now it has come up.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Kunal Shah, practicing financial advisory and retirement planning since last 15 years. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. For next 25-30 minutes, we will discuss money. So investment, all other asset classes where we can put money get maximum return, risk averse, riskier, some mutual fund details, nomination, will, and so many things. So let's start with the goddess Lakshmi. We actually worship money. Money is not just a piece of paper or a things to buy, instrument to buy something. In India, we worship money. So it should be a right decision where we are putting our money. Why do we need money then? So these days are different. Our investments should be different. Our parents have not realized these needs which we are realizing nowadays. Our lifestyle and short-term expenses are different than our parents, grandparents. We have our own long-term needs also. Like we want to create our new house, big car, grand marriage of children, their foreign education, and our own retirement planning. Right. Retirement planning is the main issue these days. You can see the title of the slide. 7 out of 10 Indians expect their children to support them in their retirement. 9 out of 10 Indians feel unprepared for the retirement. So all these things makes us to keep an attraction of this, and this is a serious issue and need to be addressed. Why this thing happens? I mean, why retirement is so important? Because one survey says that 65% of Indians are still worried about their post-retirement life. Because if you see the lifespan, our grandfather, father, and this generation, the difference of the education period, the working earning years, and the retirement, we can see that nowadays people studies 25 to 30 years. They want to get retired at 55, 60, and because of you guys, our life expectancy is at 85 years. So we have only 30, 35 odd years to earn, and remaining 20, 35 years, we want to keep our life same, lifestyle same, and this is the challenge. So now the challenge, because the higher inflation is a killing part. Saving and investment, it means bachat or nivesh. So what is saving and what is investments? Saving is just a protected money from spending. It is not a thoughtful decision. It could be a fiat currency, your current account, bank balance, money in locker, etc. Could be your savings. We have all witnessed in the time of demonetization how savings had given us a problem. Investment is something, money works for you. The most popular investments are like main difference between saving and investment is inflation. So while not just save, doing investment is killing the inflation. So our household saving rate in India is 30%, but our financial asset saving is only 5%. So this is an eye opener. How inflation kills the purchasing power. If you are just keeping your 100 rupee in your bank account or in your cupboard in 1960, the value of that 100 rupee is now 1 rupee. Things have become costlier, and so the value of the product of the money is eroding. Now understand, people, those who don't know anything, then what to do, where to invest. Those who don't know ABCD of the investment, they just do FD or the postal scheme or the traditional return. Your inflation is at around 5%, and if the tax is at 20%, then the remaining 1.5% is there with you. If you are into 30% or above bracket, then you are just doing a charity to the society, as Dr. Bharat Patel sir said. So So now we will understand some more asset classes by their safety and volatility. So left hand side, all the asset classes are fixed asset classes. Your at the date of investment, you know the returns what you will get. Their liquidity is high. And the right hand side, gold, equity, mutual funds, and real estate, all are variables, and you don't know the returns when you invest. It is volatile. It is less safetier. This chart is very important. If you can read this well, here from 1981 to 2020, I've taken all inflation numbers, gold returns, silver returns, FD, PPF, and Sensex returns. In the bottom, if you analyze, the inflation average was 6.5. Gold, silver, FD average returns were 8.5. PPF average return was 9.5, and equity returns were 14% around. So why PPF is at around 9.5? Because from 87 to 2000, government had kept PPF rate at 12%, so the average works out to be 9.5. But this is not the case right now. Government has moved smartly, and now every quarter PPF rates are changing vis-a-vis the inflation. Right. So make it simple. What we can do, we can do one thing. If somebody have invested 1 lakh rupee in 1979 or some or 80 in FD, gold, and equity, same amount. So what could be the amount right now in August 2020? So your FD money could be 25x, 24x, gold 54x, and equity would be 386 times. So you can understand the difference in the percentage. FD average is 8, gold is 10, and equity is 15. So this 5% additional makes 8 times more returns over a period of time. This is more important, as Dr. Bharat Patel sir just said that it is our most loved asset class, real estate. Real estate. 77% of Indians' household wealth is into real estate. 11% is in gold, and only 5% is in financial assets. But this is an opportunity where everybody is moving out or nobody is putting their money, as because it is risky. You can take a chance and you can keep that volatility in hands, and you can make money out of it. Some drawbacks of real estates are big ticket investment, partial withdrawal is not possible, liquidity is not too, low rental yields, largely unorganized market, in and out is not that easy. Use we have to buy it for investment. It will remain a option. Some conservative people are also there, those who are into wealth preservation mode and extra conservative. They also always go for the postal schemes, but most of the schemes are having a lock-in period, which I always not suggest. One good scheme is PPF, which banks also offers, because PPF is having exempt. While investing it is exempt, while interest it is exempt, and while taking back it is exempt. One more asset class is a gold. Gold is glittering. It's a precious commodity. The price appreciation is the only appreciation. It is inflation linked. Unlike the other asset classes, gold prices, if you can check, it moves according to the inflation over a period of time. There is no recurring income like interest, rent, dividend things into gold, only the price appreciation. Higher import duty, GST, and making charges makes it costlier as an investment part. Apart from jewelry, sovereign gold bond and gold ETF is advisable to buy. As an advisor, your asset allocation portion of gold should be 5 to 10% your total asset. Equity, uh, it's most volatile, most risky. Chances of losing capital is there, but there is a superior return chances, most liquid, most transparent, and tax efficient. How? We will understand this in a later on part. Insurance, there are two types of insurance we can broadly say: health and life. Medical, critical illness, personal accident are kind of health insurance everybody has to have. Life insurance, there are term life insurance, endowment plans, pension, retirement, children gift fund, and number of plans are there. But I would strongly recommend you to go for term life insurance. One important note from my side is use insurance for protection purpose and not for the investment purpose. Taxation for all asset classes, if we broadly understand, all asset classes can be segregated by the short term, long term duration, and the rate of tax duration. Some asset classes get the indexation benefit also. So as we know, house tax, after that it will, gold jewelry is having 20%. Only equity and equity related mutual fund is having exempted tax up to 1 lakh rupee in a year. After that, that also a long term capital gain is 10%, and short term is 15.5%. So all overall, in all asset class, what we have understood is equity is a tax efficient, liquid. But who all are takers? No. Research says your equity allocation should not be, should be 100 minus your age. Still, know your risk appetite, how holding capacity and emotional quotient can decide what is your own risk taking capability for equity investment. Short term, there will be always a noise and disturbance, but long term, it always plays on fundamental. So now understand, when we hear in a news or see in the newspaper headlines, market is up or down about this many points. So how does it come? Say, take an example of Nifty. There are 50 stocks in Nifty, different sectors are there. When we buy or consume some product, their sales goes up, that profit goes up. As an equity participant, we are the owner of the company. Approximately our what is our share, and by way of dividend or the price appreciation, we get benefit out of it. So take an example. Here we can see in our household only, we can see that most of the products we consume or we use is related to some stocks. Like we buy a car of Maruti or Tata, the same way we will use their battery of Exide or Amara Raja, or tire of JK Tire or MRF. We use glasses of Asai. So it is all well connected. In India, India is a rising country. Our consumption is day by day going up. Our service sector and the so we have to take benefit out of a rising India and the best demography, where population is in the 30 to 35 age. So this is how we can take benefit out of it, and you can take you can see this equity from 1991 to converting asset class. Short term, there will be a
I think there was some connection problem, so he's joining again.
Hello.
Yeah, sir, Dr. Kunal, Mr. Kunal, you can put off your video so that the bandwidth would be good enough to support you.
You mean to say a presentation?
Yeah, presentation can be on, but your video can be put off. Yeah, you can put off your video.
Okay. Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah, good enough. Yeah.
So coming to the next point, it is a roller coaster ride. Initially, you are scared, but when you complete the ride, you are always smiling. The main issue people faces is it is a volatile, and if your emotional quotient, if your heartbeats come up and down, you are not the equity guy, or you can say you should go with the conservative equity portion. So we are sharing here one slide where you can see that from 1980, since the Sensex started to till March 2020, 1 year return, 3 year return, 10-year return, 15 years return. If you give time to the market, at least a 10-year, after that it is in a green zone. Your average return, which I've shown in an arrow, is above 15%, and the loss of capital is also reduced. Expectation of returns increases. So here what we can understand is we can get 15% kind of return out of equity if it is given more than 10 years. So people ask me, there is a rise and fall. There is always a supply demand gap. We have seen so many crises in past. Even latest crisis, also COVID-19 crisis. Whenever market falls, it bounces back. We have seen the even this crisis, 40% market, 37% down, and again bounces about 50% in 6 months only. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
We can listen.
Yeah. History says that one can create money by investing in bull market, but one can create fortune by investing into bear market, so that we can get benefit out of this decline also. One latest quote, risk hai to ishq hai kind of. We always, when we try to invest into equity, we always try to focus on returns, which is not in our hand. What we should focus is our risk appetite, our cost of capital, our time, and our behavior. See, all these four things are in our control. We should focus on it, which we are not focusing in. We just focus on the return part. We always chase the return, and thus we go wrong on that. Basic mistake we always do all these things. Focus, it is like a camera. Focus on your long-term goals, capture discipline, and develop patience. Yes, patience can only give you a good financial immunity and asymptomatic behavior towards a volatility. Uh, if you want to go for mutual equity investment, the right way to go, when you are very busy people, you morning to evening, you don't get time to do look at the market. You should outsource it with the uh, masters. So mutual fund and their fund managers are the masters. Mutual fund sahi hai. There are basically three components in mutual funds: equity, debt, and the combination, which we call as a hybrid combination, hybrid funds. So while coming to the mutual fund, there are two kind of mutual fund by structures: open-ended and close-ended. We won't suggest a close-ended funds. Open-ended funds generally we suggest. By investment objectives, equity, debt, money market, and gold are the options. Uh, Equity, again, there are small cap, mid cap, large cap, sectoral funds. Likewise, in the debt also there are n number of funds. risk return graph, if you can compare both in equity and debt, there are a phenomena where if you want to take bigger risk, your returns will be higher. So in equity, if you take an example of large cap, your return would be lower than mid and small cap, but then risk is also lower. In low risk, whereas credit risk funds mutual fund investment could be done with lump sum, SIP, STP, SWP.
Mr. Kunal, you need to again start the presentation. It is
Am I
wrong.
audible?
Yeah, it is audible. You can start the presentation.
Sorry.
Yeah, audible. You can start the presentation.
Yeah, thanks. So in mutual fund, you can put money via lump sum, SIP, STP, or SWP way. These are some known numbers, known names. Lump sum you can
Hey,
put at the
Kunal,
same time. SIP is systematic
share your
investment plan.
screen. Kunal, bhai, share your screen again.
Your
The
screen
screen
is
is
not visible.
his internet connection is having some problem. Hello.
Kunal bhai, are you? Yeah, you can share your screen. Can we take some questions, sir, while I think Kunal bhai is joining? So there are some questions for Dr. Bharat Patel, sir. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Can I,
some, yeah, yeah,
can I ask Bharat bhai?
yeah, yeah, Bharat bhai, yeah.
Bharat bhai, there is a question from Dr. Jawar Jethwa. Is there a simple test to verify that this vegetable is without pesticide before paying double or triple amount?
Yeah.
There is no simple test. You have to go in the laboratory and you have to test the goods. As for example, vegetable, you can go for the test. Otherwise, certification is the other way where you have to have your farms certified.
Okay.
So then you are sure that the things are
Right.
residue free or organic. But all this soda taste and limbu taste and all other taste, they are not useful taste.
Okay. Fair enough. We go back to now Kunal's presentation. Thank you, Bharat bhai. We'll be back to you. Kunal,
Yeah,
carry
sir.
on.
Is it clear now, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, so we can do our investments with a lump sum, systematic investment plan, systematic transfer plan, or systematic withdrawal plans for mutual funds. One more important thing I would like to give you on notice, there is a wealth creation formula which shows your time you give to the equity is more important than your return. So time is the compounder. It's an exponential factor which you should look at it. Again, the main thing comes up is kitna milega. So hypothetically, if we take 15% kind of return compounding, one rupee in next 5 years could be twice, and 10 years it is 4 times. So this is a magic of power of compounding. So some people ask me, does it actually happens? Has anybody gets it? Yes, it's happened with me. If I just want to share my investment, I did for tax saving purpose. In year 2010, 1 lakh rupee invested. Year 2011, 1 lakh rupee invested. This 2 lakh rupee invested in year 2010 and 11 is right now 8 lakh 70,000 rupee around. So it comes to 15.5% CAGR returns. So if in the same fund I would have invested every year from then, my total investment could be around 18 lakh rupee every year, 1.5 lakh rupee. If I would have invested that money into PPF, that amount would have been 30 lakhs, and with this fund it would have been 45 lakhs. So in 10 years, the difference of investment is return is 15 lakh rupee. It's a big amount. You can upgrade your car in that amount. So the logic total is whenever your investment amount is for a long period of time, do not lock it for the debt returns and debt funds. Go it with equity funds. So SIP is like no brainer. You doctors suggest everyone for a daily walk, we suggest all our clients to go for an SIP. Start early and experience the magic of compounding. Here, I just want to draw your attention with an example of Aishwarya and Sushmita. One starts SIP of 10,000 at 25 and one starts 30,000 rupee SIP at 35. Both wants to retire at 45. One is having 20 years of investment time and one is having 10 years only. Though Sushmita is spending 36, investing 36 lakhs and Aishwarya is only 24, at the end of 45, Aishwarya will get double amount just because she has time, power of to grow, to compound her money. Some miracles, if we can see, this is just analogy while keeping 12% annualized return in equity schemes. If you start an SIP of 1 lakh rupee for 10 years, from 11th year you can withdraw to 2,30,000 rupee every year for rest of your life. The same analogy you can use for 15 years and 5 lakh rupee withdrawal, 20 years and 10 lakh rupee withdrawal, and 25 years and 18 lakh rupee withdrawal. So this is just a subject of mathematics, and I haven't used any mind into this. This is just a mathematical calculation. While using mutual fund as a investment destination, there is a debt fund which gives an indexation benefit. While you are doing your asset allocation and giving something for debt plans, mutual fund debt plans are very good post-tax returns than the traditional investments. So if you compare both things, if you compare putting 1 lakh rupee in the both places and expecting 8% kind of return, mutual fund tax post-tax return could be 7%, and traditional like FD or the other debt funds would be giving five quarter kind of returns. So if I want to sum up the wealth creation funda, what you should do in your life, whenever you earn, start early, spend less, start saving early, little by little, it becomes a wonder. Power of compounding eventually will give strength to your money, and one day the wealth creation chart you can see. uh, Nomination in and will is a favorite subject. I think we have a time constraint, but I will shortly wrap it up. Nomination is a process whereby a person authorizes someone to receive the asset on his behalf after death. Where can you give nominations? Shares, bank deposit, mutual funds, bank lockers, mobile properties. Everywhere you can put nomination wherever it is possible. Rights of nominee and legal hire. Nominee is just a trustee, is just a caretaker, and holding the asset as a trustee till it is passes to the legal hirers. Legal hires is the entitled to the assets. Importance of nomination: wherever the facility of nomination is there, you should avail the facility. Sometimes nominees are the legal hires only, so that it will be helpful for them to the quick transition. And
Correct, sir.
some properties does not remain unclaimed or become subject of litigations. Who can be nominated? A mentally fit person above 18 and who is a primary holder and title clear property holder can nominate a person. Now come to the will. It is a legal declaration by the person of his intention about his property distribution, disposal of assets after his death. Characteristics of the will: legal declaration. It's a legal declaration, it's a property, it's an intention, it is revocable. Remember friends, you can write a will n number of times. Your last will be counted as a final will. Who can make a will? A person who is major above 18, who is having a sound mind, a married woman, deaf, dumb, and blind person can also make a will. The only person who cannot make a will is a person who doesn't know what he is doing, cannot make a will. Why to make a will? A will tells everyone what should happen to your money when you are not there. If you don't leave a will, the law will decide what will happen to your will. It is easier for your family to sort out everything when you die. If you don't write a will, everything will be shared in a standard way defined by the law. It reduces the amount of inheritance tax. It is very important thing if your children or your wife is dependent on you financially. If you want to leave something people outside your family or you do charity, it has to be there in your will. What is required to make a will? It must be in a writing. It must be in your free own will, sound state of mind, signed by a executor, and there has to be at least two witness with your will. One important thing, and people have that notion in their mind, is there will be stamp duty and stamp paper required. No, there is no stamp paper required, and there is no stamp duty you have to pay for a will. It is just, you just need a pen and paper and write your will. What is probate then? Probate is to prove which is your last will, so that a person can verify after our death. This is the difference. Now come to the point. What is the difference between will and nominee? So nomination is not a will. Nominee is having a right to receive, and will is having right to own. Nominee is merely a trustee. Legal hire has a right to succession. Provision of will prevails over nomination. Will always prevails over nomination. It is advisable to have legal heirers or a beneficiary of the will as a nominee to prevent further disputes. So this is how it works. For doctors, I have some points to put. Do your budgeting, your monthly inputs, monthly income and outflow, you should keep in mind. Keep 6 months of your expenses into bank account, so that such pandemic kind of situation comes in, we can manage our cash flow. Effective cash flow management. Some people running their current account where there is no interest payable, can use mutual fund debt funds to earn extra income. uh, Loan restructuring. Most of you guys are having a loan on your hospitals or your clinics, can restructure a loan. We are running at lowest interest rate scenario. Take a joint holding and nominee to be added in all your assets. Use medical insurance and term insurance. Prepare a will. If you are above 50, you should do it today itself. Use all tax saving sections to save tax. NPS, I just left 50,000 up to you can save tax. Like we have our own family doctors, have a full-time family advisors who can guide you in your busy schedule. Last but not the least, golden rules for creating wealth. Access your own risk profile. Asset allocation is a key. You should know about asset allocation, where you are, and what percentage of amount you want to put in a different asset class. Remember, don't put all eggs into one basket. Rebalance your portfolio time to time basis. If you are getting handsome returns from one asset class, book some profits from there and rebalance your portfolio. Invest in equities for a long term. Invest regularly through SIP. Never try to time the market. It is difficult and not and just impossible to do it. Some standard disclaimers. All my views are personal. The information I have shared here, some articles, some forwards, are just for information. Please take your own research and consult your professional advisor before making any investment decision. Thank you from my side. This is Krunal Shah. You can contact me from this number. You can reach me on my email ID also. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kunal. It was a wonderful overview of the subject. In a very short time, you could cover many things, and we know that the financial health is a very important aspect in current times, and we doctors are really very poor financial managers for ourselves. We are bad in so many things for personal health and family timing and all those. Given that fact, we need to now improve, and this is the reason why we have come up with this series of webinars. And I'm sure many of us will have a lot of take-home messages from both the talks. The point is that we have to start early and start doing consistent work. That is how one can grow and prosper. Financial risk according to our own mental condition, balancing portfolio, researching ourselves. And if you are very busy, then delegate the job to a very balanced, mature, and acclaimed portfolio manager who has a real reputation and experience. I think these are some of the important tools. And of course, don't put all eggs in one basket, etc., etc. If we combine that with what Dr. Bharat said, I think it makes real sense to our understanding. Now, Chintan, can we take a few questions? I know it is a little late, but can we take a few questions?
Yeah, sure. I can take some questions.
The first question is, there are more than 30 questions, and I don't think we can entertain all. First, somebody has asked, at the age of 60, which is the best investment plan for me? Some doctor has asked. Kunal, for you.
Sir, there are so many investment options, but if I need to suggest you here, I need to check your current investment where you have already put money. So, but still there are so many balance advantage funds and hybrid funds available in the market where you can put money, you can take a systematic withdrawal plan, you can opt for it, and you can get money every month, every quarter out of it also. So it can give you 10 to 12% kind of return conservatively over a period of time if you hold for a long period of time.
Dr. Bharat, there are some comments that Dr. Bharati from Hassan and somebody from Ahmedabad wants to invest in your options. Dr. Bharat Bhai, they are very much impressed with your projects, and they would like to be a party to that in their states, and they might be interested in talking to you. I will send your number to him or her. Now, by the land without, yeah, is that okay? Yeah. Somebody has,
Absolutely.
somebody has said, kindly share in 2 minutes in brief what is actually organic farming. I mean, exactly what the concept is what?
Okay. Concept of organic farming is that you have a land, as for example, 2 acres of land. Okay. Then you have to have the boundary of your land. That is very important. The surrounding land, it should be 20 meters away from your boundary. So from all the corners, the other farmer may not be using the organic fertilizer. Then there is a seepage in your farm. That is the reason there is a boundary of 20 meters. Clear?
Okay.
So as far as the land is concerned, the protocol of the land is concerned, the things are clear. Then what is organic? Organic is the fertilizer which is manufactured from the organic waste, as for example, the waste of vegetable, as for example, cow dung, banana waste. Okay, so organic is the fertilizer which is manufactured from the organic waste, whether it is a farm waste, whether it is the sugar waste, whether it is the cow dung. Again, as for the liquid fertilizer, you have NPK and NPK consort, which is the combination of nitrogen bacteria, phosphorus bacteria, and potash bacteria. So the fertilizer part is clear to all. Now coming to the pesticide part, which is also organic in the form of the bacteria. So one part land is clear, second part fertilizer is clear. Now the third part, there are 3 years where your produce will be certified organic. First year is C1, second year is C2, and third year is C3, where you get the final certification of the organic produce. So very clear message that your input, the soil, even the water testing, it should be without the pesticide residue. Now a new concept has come, which is residue-free produce. So where certification process of C1, C2, C3 is not needed, and still it is safer. So this is what is the organic fertilizer and the organic produce.
All right. Now, there are some corollary of questions to you again, by the way. People have mentioned that although it's a great initiative and we need guidance and we need your contact numbers, which you may please share, but they say many of them have mentioned or expressed their concern that agriculture is not a fun. No land is static. And as they say, their yield will be less and organic farming is difficult. And have you been really able to change the demand of farmers to use organic pesticide, whether this is practical, etc., etc.? Different questions. So can you summarize in a minute?
So the answer is organic farming, the produce or the production is less, is a myth. I am the largest organic manufacturer and the produce farmer in the country today. So it's a myth that you have the less production. The only reason why they get the less production, that the quality of the organic fertilizer is very poor. It is not certified. Again, the person who is doing the organic farming must have the fertilizer certified by APEDA, APEDA, which is the highest body which certifies that your fertilizer is okay and organic. So very important thing that in the first year it may happen that the production may be less by 10% or 20%. The second year it will be reduced by 5%, and third year the production will be more, the quality will be superior, and the price you get, if you market properly and if you are honest enough, then you get the best price.
Right, wonderful. Now, people have suggested, there's some remarks actually. Can the IMA or other associations start group insurance? I think that is from Dr. Sanjay Kumar. Somebody has written, compliments to the organizers regarding organizing this webinar. So many people have mentioned this is one of the very nice initiative. Then somebody has mentioned, I am 35 young practicing pediatrician. Should I take a personal plan? If so, what are the best options? This is to Kunal Bhai.
Yes, sir. Rather than suggesting to pension plan, I would suggest him to start an SIP in any equity diversified fund. He is just 35 and he is having a good tenure. So why not to go for an equity fund? All the pension funds in the markets are into insurance sector, and which is a costlier affair. Here, with the mutual fund SIP, it is a cost effective and transparent. You can check your value whenever you want. You can come out of it and you can put somewhere else also. Such pension plans, as sir asking, is a long-term commitment plans. You have to put that money every year for about next 20 or 30 years. And if you miss to put that amount, your money is again stuck. So why to take such liabilities? So in mutual funds, you can be free, and whenever come and go, you can use your flexibility.
Somebody has asked a pertinent question. In between LIC and term insurance, what is your take? My age is 40. And what should I do? Term insurance or LIC plan?
See, LIC is just a company, Life Insurance Corporation of India Limited. What we are talking about is a whole insurance option. So like LIC, there is HDFC Standard Life, ICICI Prudential, all companies are there. But it is our perception that term plan we use as LIC plans, and the rest plans we use as the traditional plans. My recommendation is to go with any insurance companies, but try to go with only term life insurance and not with the traditional options, which are expensive in nature and not fulfilling your targets, and also gives very less returns.
At the age of 60, 65, can one get term plan?
Yes, one can get a term plan till 99 years also, but that would be an expensive affair then, sir.
Okay. My friend Jaiprakash has written SIP plus term plan is one of the best options for that gentleman. His comment. What is
Yes,
your
sir.
take
It is
on?
the best remedy for anybody. SIP and term plan, you can be rest assured. Today, there are two situation arises. One, if you die early, and one, if you die too late. So if you die early, your insurance can help you out, and if you die late, your investment will help you out.
All right.
Sudhir
I
bhai, can
think,
I suggest one more thing?
yeah,
Sudhir
yeah,
bhai,
yeah. Please, in
can I
brief, please.
suggest?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Can I suggest, Sudhir bhai?
Please, please be. This will last comment and then we
One
will.
more investment opportunity the Prime Minister has given to all doctors is you create a forest. So there are three advantages. One is you hold the land, which I always suggest all the people that farming land is the biggest opportunity after 25 years. Suppose today you have invested in farming land 25 years, 100 times appreciation is my experience. That is one. Second, you create a forest. So every 10 years you cut the forest, and now there is a law in India that you can without any hurdle can cut to income which is tax free. This very few people know about it. So I would like to highlight, Krunal, to you also that the land plus forest and income without tax.
Correct, correct. So I think that's a new dimension to the routine investment plan. And Kunal bhai, I think this is a good advice from a senior
Yes,
person.
sir.
And I can't disclose his total worth, but it is in millions and millions and millions. So you can understand.
Must be.
He's a great guy, great player. Okay. So where is Chintan bhai? I mean, should we sum up? Should we now
Yeah,
wind up?
yeah, it was a great. I think both the talks were very interesting, and it has opened up a new dimension, new plethora, a new vertical thinking. I think all these thoughts are to be summed up in a good document, so that and that it should be practiced in a better way, for better discipline in investments. Yeah. So please
I,
sum up.
I mean, you have already summed up. I am here to thank one and all, particularly Dr. Bharat Patel, Mr. Kunal Shah, all the delegates who are here on a Sunday evening when they should have spent time with the family. But I think this is financial health is equally important for the whole family. So that is important. And I must thank all the organizers and the field staff, field force staff who have done great labor. Salute to Torrent for initiative. And just to correct yourself, it is not only vertical thinking, there is a lateral thinking also. So it's now 360-degree thinking. I'm sure all of us have been benefited, and we would love to have more and more such tasks. And ભરતભાઈ તમારો નંબર આપો ને બધા માગ માગ કરે છે. Please share your number. Can you please loudly state your number?
9840
Hmm?
9840 79070 24 hours 365 days.
Okay.
You can call me at midnight.
All right. But Jayaprakash, it is not difficult to locate Bharat Bhai. He is in somewhere. He is a king, He's an iconic fellow in Gujarat. So don't worry. I can take you personally to him. So thank you guys and good luck. Good evening. Happy financial year 2021.
Before signing off, if you can just give us your next planning and next talk.
Yeah, do that. So as you said earlier, fourth Sunday of next month we'll meet again. So maybe this month and even November we meet, and December also. So at least we will have planned two things in pipeline, and one will be probably mind body medicine. Another would be how to excel as a doctor. These two things are in our mind, and we will let you know at appropriate time. I am happy that more than 250 delegates have joined, and thank you very much for your presence.
So
Is
it
that
has crossed 300.
300? Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Happy Diwali. Stay happy, stay
Bye.
safe. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank
Shall
you.
we